Okay, cool. Welcome back. And let me just get this. So I hope I haven't freaked you too much out with all of that stuff. It's going to get more simplistic now because we're going to look at some questions. All right. So this, as I said, is the multiplier. All right. So again, we're just looking at if you had 100 quid or if the government had 100 billion, what does that translate to total spend in the economy? So we have formulas. Look at these beauties. All right. The great thing about this is that they, as I said, they are in your maths table. So you don't need to remember all of these. The only thing you need to know is what the hell is MPS? What the hell is this thing called MPC? What the hell is that thing called MTM? And just throw it into the formula. You throw it into the formula, you're going to get a number. And then the number will tell you the multiplier. So have a look at it. Two things here. You have two different technically there's four different formulas here. If you look at the first one is this thing called a closed economy. And a closed economy is when there's no imports or exports. It's called a closed economy. So we've spoken about this before, like with totalitarian regimes, they might just say, we're on our own, we're closing our borders. The best example of that is obviously North Korea. North Korea, though it does import a lot from China, has closed borders. But to be honest with you, there's no real country around the world who has closed borders. Like everyone imports from everywhere. Everyone exports to everywhere. But this is the theory behind it is in a closed economy. These are the two formulas. Now, if you actually look at the formulas are the exact same. In the top one, it says 1 all over MPS plus MPT or 1 all over 1 minus MPC plus MPT. But to get MPS is marginal propensity to save. MPC is marginal propensity to consume. So if you have one, you have the other. So you can use either or, because again, we know that MPS is equal to 1 minus MPC. Check the last video, it's true, or have your book open in front of you while you do this, okay? So both of those formulas are the same. The bottom one then is in an open economy. So this is an economy where international trade occurs, which is essentially 99.9% of most countries around the world. They trade, okay? And the only difference between the top and the bottom is you have MPM, which stands for marginal propensity to import. MPM. Okay. Are we still here? Cool. Let's have a look at a question. I'm going to look at two questions from Leaving Cert papers. That's all we're going to look at now. And then I'm going to get you to a few questions in the book. Okay. So here is the first question. Have a look at it. Pause and have a look. Pause and have a look. Yeah, we paused. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to do this. So here we have marginal propensity to consume. So they're giving us MPC, they're giving us MPM, they're giving us MPT. They're telling us the national income at the moment is 100 billion in it. They're telling us the level of national income that will give full employment, 150 billion. And now they're asked us to calculate MPS. Okay, we can calculate MPS, it's easy enough. Calculate the multiplier. So we need to do the formula with the multiplier thing. And then we need to calculate the size of the injection required to bring this economy to the full unemployment level. If you can, it'd be great if you pause this video and try this yourself. So pause, no pause. Okay, I'm going to do it now. So let me just get onto this one. So, where are we? Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do this pretty quick. I'm just going to use a pen for this, and we'll use a blue pen for this, and let's belt through it. Okay, so number one, we have to do MPC. Well, we know from our formula, I'm not going to bother with this defining nonsense story about that, so we're straight on to part two, actually. Calculate the margin of propensity to save. Well, we know that MPS is equal to 1 minus MPC, correct? Yeah, we know that from the last n, which therefore gives us 1 minus 0.6, which is right up here, which is equal to 0.4. Job done. Okay. So we save 40% of the income and we spend 60% of it. Easy. Part two. It says calculate the value of the multiplier in this open economy and explain blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we have MPC, we have MPM, we have MPT, we actually have MPS as well. So have a look back, just go back about 40 sec or 2 minutes and you'll see the formulas. The formula is 1 all over, and I'm going to use the MPS figure, plus MPM, and plus, what is it, MPT. That's the formula. Yep, check it. I think that's right. So we're just throwing it in. So it's 1 all over, and take your values from here. So there's my first value. MPS is right here. So it's 0.4 plus MPM is right there. 0.2, excuse the handwriting, I'm using a stylus and it's a little bit finicky, plus 0.2, which is equal to 1 all over, add them all up, what's that, 0.4, 0.2, 0.6, 0.8, which is, but 1 over the other, that's 0.8 into that is 1.25, isn't it? Yes, someone's going to correct. So there's your form, there's your multiplier. Okay, and what does that mean? That means for every €1 injected, it translates to essentially €1.25. I suppose as an outcome. So again, the government invests €1 billion into the economy, they'll get 1.25 billion in total money. Okay, forget about this question here. We'll do this in a second. Go away you. Part 4, right, this is a tricky one. You're not going to get this in the book. It says calculate the size of the injection required to bring this economy into full employment. So for that one here, have a look at this one here. Have a look at all that up there. Okay. Current level of national income. So at the moment, our economy is basically 100 billion, all right? And then it said to us, if our economy was at 150 billion, we would have full employment. So essentially, we need another 50 billion to bring our economy into full employment. But the question is, how much do we need to inject to get 50 billion? Anyone? Think about it, pause it, think about it. Well, we need basically 150 billion minus 100 billion is 50 billion. So we know that. You have to show your workings here. 50 billion, okay? But we don't need to inject 50 billion into it because the multiplier is 1.25. So if we divide that by 1.25, how much do we actually need to invest? We actually need to invest 40 billion. Because if we put a 40 billion investment into the economy through the multiplier, that'll translate as multiply by 1.25, you'll get 50 billion. Shine. Okay, doke. All right. Cool. What was our time check? 1 second now. 7 minutes. Loads of time. Okay. Sorry, these things are limited to 15 minutes, which is actually enough. Next question. This is another higher level Liebenser question. So let's have a look at the table below. The table shows national income, consumption, investment, exports, and imports for 2016 and 2017. So it's asking us for a couple of things. Calculate the value of national income, the value of net exports, the level of savings, the size of the multiplier. It would be really beneficial if you paused the video right here, had a look at it, and tried it yourself. Go on, pause it. Pause it. Good stuff, you're back. Okay, so where am I going here now? I'm going down here to my notes. I'm there. And we'll do this here. I'm just going to get rid of all that nonsense. Get out of here. Just give me a bit of room. Okay, so what's it asking us to do here? I'm just going to do this in black, by the way. Okay, so number 1, the value of national income. National income, how do you calculate national income? Go to your book, have a look at the very start of the last video, and we spoke about y is equal to c plus I plus g plus x minus m, correct? We did. Have a look at it. C is consumption, I is investment, G is government intervention, X is imports, and M is exports. Great thing here is there's no G. There's no government there anywhere. So sometimes there is no government, there is no exports. It depends, just to make it simple for you. So there's none of that. So then we just need to work it out. So what's the value of national income? Well, it's equal to C, and this is in 2016, 80. I'm just going to round it up or to get rid of the zeros. Plus 20, plus 90, minus 90. So exports are 90, imports are 90. They pretty much cancel each other out. So you can like literally see they cancel each other out. So how big is our economy? It's 100,000. So y is equal to 100,000. Okay, quite small, but this is only a question from the exam. So part 2. Calculate the value of net exports in 2017. So 2017, we're looking at this value here. They're asking us, what the hell is that? Okay, well, again, it's the same sort of stuff, to be honest with you. We just need to work a couple of things out. Let's just put in what we know. So again, same formula. Y. Get out of that. So y is equal to c plus I plus x minus m. We don't have the g. So what are we told? We know that the income is 150,000. So again, you're just looking for m. This is just a mathematical thing. So it's 150 is equal to 100 plus, what is it, 30 plus 120 minus m, question mark. Just work it all out. It's pretty straightforward. And therefore, m is equal to, I think, 100,000 when you start knocking them all off. Yeah. Okay. So m right there is 100,000. Now, it doesn't ask us for m, though, actually. It asks us for the value of net exports. And the value of net exports is your total exports minus your total imports. Because, again, we want to find out how much money is staying in the country. So your net exports is equal to this one here, 120 minus 100, which is just got, which is 20,000. Job done. Okay, I think that's the answer. Yeah, it is. Part 3. See how easy this is. The level of savings in the economy in 2017. Level of savings. Well, savings is easy because we know that savings is just equal to income minus consumption. Savings is whatever money you get minus your consumption. So this is an easy one. So we're looking at 2017 here. So our income is 150. Our consumption is 100. So how much are we saving? 50. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, 50,000. Too easy. Level of savings, tick, tick, job done, job done. Oh, jeepers, I'm worried about time here now. I'm actually going to stop this if we run out of time rather than panicking here. 11 minutes. No, we can do this in 3 minutes. Let's get back here. And part 4, and most important, is the size of the multiplier. Okay, so there's no government intervention. So if there's no government, it means that the actual formula is a lot easier because we don't need to put in MPT. So it's just MPM. So there's our formula. So first thing, we need to get MPS. So we need to get MPS. Well, if we know MPC is the change of consumption all over the change of income. So we're looking 2 years, which is 20 all over 50. Where am I getting this information from? All over here. And let me just undo that. So that's just coming from there. So we know that'll give us 0.4 for our MPC figure, which is therefore giving us actually I can do this down, MPS figure is equal to 0.6. Yeah, you all seeing that? Cool. So that's my MPS figure done. And now I need to get my MPM figure. Well, my MPM figure is the same thing. It's change of imports all over the change of income. And in this situation, where is this figure coming from? It's coming from over here. We just need to get change in imports, total exports minus imports is 10 over 50, which is 0.2. Therefore, rewind this video now if I'm going too fast here. To get the formula, it's 1 all over 0.6 plus 0.2, which is 1 all over 0.8. Therefore, what's my answer? It's actually the same as the last question, 1.25. And there, right there, is my multiplier figure. Okay. Went too fast? Well, tough. Only messing. Drop a reply, put a comment in there, and I'm going to give you some of these questions for homework.